The wagon that is the Winnipeg Jets just keeps on rolling. After two great wins back-to-back on the weekend against the Minnesota Wild that were tough physical games that saw a lot of off-ice drama as well as some on-ice drama, and it was overall a great action-packed weekend of hockey, and the Jets came out on top of both of those games. They played great hockey, and then they come into tonight's matchup against the Tampa Bay Lightning, a team that's always been a really good test team for where you are kind of in the standings, really a good team to gauge on. And I know this isn't the Lightning of old. They're an 18-16 record team this year, but they're still a really deep team, and they still are the Tampa Bay Lightning. They still are a threat. And to come off of back-to-back wins against the Minnesota Wild, a team that's been, playing a bit of better hockey as of late, and then you come in and play the Tampa Bay Lightning, and you play them like this, and you're able to win the game 4-2. It was a great game. The Jets just dominated and really showed the depth again. The depth. All season long, the depth has just been so surprising. And you're seeing the rewards of Kevin Cheveldayoff's work. Like, he has been incredible when you look at what he's been able to do, and you really like all the moves when you look at them put together in a timeline. It really is incredible. Like, Chevy has done a lot of really good stuff. Like, you look at the players he's brought in alone. Okay, let's just looking at additions in the last year. Nino Niederreiter's got 22 points. Nemestikov's got 20 points. Alex Iafallo, 17 points. Velarde, 15 points. You look at Mason Appleton as well. The guy was brought back pretty recently as well, who last year had a lot of injuries. This year playing really well, good hockey, 19 points. You look at where Dubois is right now with his points. You look at, getting rid of Wheeler, bringing in these depth guys, shifting the lineup and moving forward, with a certain direction, and this team's identity, again, with Rick Bowness as well, it's incredible. And these last couple of games, again, just the testament to the depth. You're getting great hockey up and down the lineup, and you're getting so much emergence play. Like, you look at tonight, Morgan Barron gets his 7th goal already of this season, and you look at, how many points Morgan Barron has. He's got 11 points so far, 7 goals, 4 assists, but 7 goals as a depth forward, and he plays really good hockey, and he does everything you want out of a depth forward, and the thing is with this team is that you have to remember also, they're playing right now without Kyle Connor, so they got guys coming in this lineup with injuries. David Gustafsson also out right now. Kupari is out as well right now, so you have to look at the additions as well. Dominic Toninato lately has been incredible. You look down at the point streaks right now. Dominic Toninato is running a 4-game point streak in 4 games, 1 goal, 3 assists. He had that game-winning goal against Minnesota. He's been great. And again, a Moose Collop, an AHL depth guy. The same goes for Axel Johnson. He's got 5 points in 18 games. He's been extremely serviceable up and down the lineup and reliable. These guys come in and they're reliable. The depth just shows. Laurent Brossoit lately has been incredible. The tandem of Connor Hellebuck with Laurent Brossoit is so underrated in my opinion. And this, we saw so many teams, underestimating the value of an elite goaltender in my opinion this offseason, and it's really showing now. You look at the Toronto Maple Leafs right now. You look at so many teams going through a goalie crisis, and then you look at teams that are at the top right now. You've got Thatcher Demko in Vancouver, and you've got Connor Hellebuck in Winnipeg right now, and they've been, those are some amazing goaltenders right now. Connor Hellebuck, his play has been great, and Laurent Brossoit, I feel like, backing up a guy like Hellebuck just gives him a certain level of confidence to his game and a certain amount of trust, especially when you look at the fact that Brossoit has played 9 games already, that he's been great, 5-3 with a 2.244 goals against. Connor Hellebuck as well has been fantastic. 18 wins, 6 losses, 233 goals against average, and 920 save percentage. He's number 1 in the league in wins. The guy is incredible. He's having a Vezina year again. It's not a surprise, but just a huge contributing factor. Every night I test him to the death. You look at tonight's game, right? It was a great game from the forwards coming in. Iafallo scoring, the defense getting some points with Pionk getting a goal, his 3rd of the season. All the things that need to click for a team to be successful continue to click. The Jets continue to not only play well, but grow their game, it is a testament to just how deep this team really is, and the complete shift in mentality, and you look at the string that's been able to continuously be put along on this win streak, all the records being shattered, Connor Hellebuck just tied a rec point streak for goalies for the franchise. The team is playing some of the best hockey we've seen ever since relocation. That is hands down a fact now. The stats are backing it up, and it's incredible to see. And at this point in time, if you look at the seasons past, the Jets just fall off the wagon. And I'm not, it's so early. Everyone's going to come back and point this out if anything bad happens. But right now, with the way they're playing, does anyone really see them falling off? Be honest, this team is playing the best complete hockey that I've seen. You know, even in 2017-18, this team was deep, and this is a much different beast compared to that team. Do not get me wrong, but the confidence, the composure, and the only weak element is the power play. You know, and even in tonight's game, you know, you go over it and you look at the power play. You know, it wasn't that great. You know, like the Jets' power play needs to improve. It really does. Over 3 tonight in the power play. They've been terrible as of late, and that's the one area, you know, that's really holding them back from being that elite team. Because you look in the standings right now, you know, and they are right there. You know, they're 50 points in 36 games, 51 points, leads the Central Division. The Avalanche hold that, so 1 point up. But the Avalanche also, we've got 2 games in hand on the Avalanche. We're only a point behind them, and we've got a 2-point cushion on the Dallas Stars right now, you know. And then you look at the overall standings in the NHL. You just look at the conference. We are right there right now. 51 points the Vancouver Canucks both have, so Canucks are in first, Avalanche are in second. We're in third. We're in a race right now for the top of the conference, top of our division. Like, the Jets are playing some of the most complete best hockey. It's showing on the standings, and I think this is a wave that they're continuing to ride. The wagon is going to keep on rolling. The big thing is fixing the power play, and I think looking at maybe adding offense to this team, you know, like, yeah, they have so much depth, but, you know, maybe they're just missing that one little spark, you know, that could really get the power play rolling, or something that could really solidify the top 6, you know, just that one little missing element, you know. And I'm going to throw it back to Paul Stastny. I'm not saying that they need a level of Paul Stastny's impact, even because Paul Stastny, that will probably never happen again, how good of a fit he was after that trade deadline. One of the best acquisitions that the team has made in a long time. But that's that impact, that type of player, you know, that missing piece, just a guy to come in and fit exactly what the Jets need. You know, they kind of got that with Niederreiter last year, and then Nemestikov as well. You know, those kind of trades are paying off a lot more this in a full season with those guys. But, you know, I think going into this year, I think Chevy could really make a big move like that. You know, because you look at how deep this team is right now. You look at the defense, you look at the prospects coming up. You know, the depth forwards playing, like, they're so good right now. You know, with an injury like in Kyle Connor, he's skating again too, and Kupari is going to be back as well. Like, the depth is insane, and you're going to have so many options in that category. So, you know, maybe you can move out a depth guy, you know, and a second round pick or something like that in a trade situation if you're Kevin Cheveldayoff. You know, you're not talking about, you know, moving mountains, because you look at all these trades that are making impacts now outside of the Dubois trade. You know, like, these trades, you did not get up. You did not give up a lot. Like, you know, you look at what you gave up for Niederreiter, you know, a 4th round pick for Nemestikov. Like, you did not give a lot up for these guys, and now the dividends in the return is incredible, and it's a huge reason why the Jets are finding so much success this year. It's not only, you know, the amazing play from guys like Hellebuck, from Scheifele, you know, from Connor before the injury. Ehlers playing great. All the guys, Morrissey, you know, all the guys that have been here for a long time. They were a part of that previous really good core that have been here, the veterans now. It's not only how good they're playing, it's all the new additions. Everyone's fit their role perfectly, and I really expect this team to continue. You know, like, everything, like tonight's game, which is great, and it's just the theme. The wagon keeps rolling. You know, every time that game, there's a new player that's highlighted, and that's something I love about this. You know, you never know who's going to have that moment in a game now as a Jets fan, because there's just so much depth. So make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Instagram to stay up to date with all things Jets hockey. Peace, love, and positivity as always. Go Jets, go.
It'll all be over. It'll all be over.